wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
You know, I don't think Jesus wants me to die of syphilis. It's just if I had to take a guess. Maybe something else. Hello, religious Cappy, Christian bad boy here. I'm happy to read your emails, sir. I'm tired, by the way. I'm just exhausted, so this will not be as animated. It was pleasant. It was a pleasant surprise when I decided to browse YouTube one morning and saw you made a video about the comment I made. Jesus forgave the prostitute. He didn't marry her. Since I'm a fan and enjoy your content, I want to give more insight on religion and give some advice to the young men out there. This is great. You're in the field and you slay, presumably, Christian women. Probably some secular women too. But you are at that crossroads of Christian and bad boy, so you will have some great insights. Some may find it helpful, but most likely it'll just be a huge black pill. No, the truth is never black pill. The truth is joyful. The truth is reality. The truth is freedom. Oh, and by no means am I a Bible scholar or religious expert. I do the best I can as a Christian, which is ironically a lot more than most these days, but still, I am no saint. Quote, Christian women today. Well, guys, sorry to say, only Christian societies create Christian women that are worthy of marriage. Unfortunately, we live in a secular society that creates what we have now. Until society completely collapses to where life gets really fucking hard again, or you are willing to relocate to the backwoods of Eastern Europe, odds are you're not going to find a real Christian woman. So let's go over some of the options you poor bastards are faced with. The born again virgin. I already went into this one a bit. Most of these women end up angry when they realize their grift isn't working. But even worse, there are times when their grift does work. This happens when she fools some low value, naive Christian cuck mama's boy into marriage. But dude, I know someone like that. He's a kid. He's an adult. He has every legal right to get married, and some 30-year-old single mom suckered him. But surprise, surprise, since these guys don't want their peas touched as surprise, surprise, since these guys want their peas touched as well, they end up rushing into the altar at warp speed. The novelty of it all usually wears off quickly when she realizes she was never don't you mean he realizes she was never a Christian woman and the guy they married was exploiting. The novelty of it all usually wears off quickly when she realizes she never was a Christian woman and the guy they married was exploiting the faith as well to get married. Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm not sure why religious leaders push this so much. I get that it's one of the main commandments, but throwing that claim out there was the only bait these women had at an attempt to hook a man. They are cursing most of these women to be alone or in a miserable marriage. Their past sins already impact their direction in life, no matter if they are forgiven or what they do. They are used goods asking new prices. Only a man with no options is going to entertain this grift. The real virgins, this is amazing to me how the definition of what makes a virgin. It's funny. I thought there was just one definition, but you're right. You're right. Is so drastically different between men and women. A man considers a woman to be a virgin if she is completely untouched by any man. Women, on the other hand, consider a woman to be a virgin if she has a physically intact hymen. There are some Christian women out there who will claim to be pure, yet they can suck a golf ball through the glass neck of a communion wine bottle, or they think they will enter the front gates of heaven by letting every other guy in town enter through their back door. There was a comedy female duo, and they sang a song called Blank Me in the Ass for Jesus. They're fun. They're not around. I haven't seen any of their videos in a while. They had some television appearances, but they did 2931. Look those girls up. They're really funny. For girls even. Yeah, legit funny. I know. Born again single moms, be it be it secular or Christian, never even think about dating a single mom. Why would any man with any self-respect want to enter a relationship when another man's legacy will always come before your needs, wants, and desires? I will admit, even recently, I tried dating a few empty nesters because they were attractive and easy. Same issues, drama, trauma, and problems, even if the kids are no longer around. Just don't do it. Let these women suffer their consequences. The unfuckables. Be a movie or a television show. These are the overweight but ugly wildebeests that must breathe in deep to stuff their fat asses into the pew wearing some floral patterned bed sheet wrapped around their sweaty, dirty diabetic disease carcasses claiming it's a sundress. I know the type is diluted coffee and ham sandwiches in the basement, right? Am I right? These are the women who are told all the time by older women in the church, don't worry, Jesus was working on that perfect man to come into your life, but never do they tell them to work off that fat ass at the gym. See, what's hilarious, it is the most thinnest of crucifixes painted on these people's lives. It's all the same problem with secular women. It is. They're no different than non-Christian women. It's all Western women, let's just put it that way. There just happens to be this facade of going to church. I mean, hell, they may be real virgins, but really, who gives a shit? Well, and then I never understood this with Christians. A lot of them, didn't it somewhere say, your body is a temple of Christ? What are you doing? Like, oh, they'll be all about all the other rules and commandments and all that. And I know that's not a commandment. But it said, like, I don't think God said be a fat, obese buffalo. Real Christian women. These women were usually married off very young within the church, most likely with a guy they grew up with, and both families already knew each other very well. Most listening to this, you are likely too old to find that situation. Most women you will see who claim to be Christian, they are just secular women cosplaying. Do as Cappy suggests, convert a secular woman. Okay, so you agree with that. Logically, it made the most sense to me. She will never pretend to be something she isn't, and showing a certain amount of sincerity by following your lead, taking an interest in your beliefs is a good sign. Subtitle, State of most churches today. Most churches of today are nothing more now than a dead corpse to be molested by the weak, wicked, and dumb. According to, he hasn't even gotten to his credentials about being a Christian bad boy. I'm the old motorcycle guy. Yeah, I slayed 8 different guys. And the pastor's wife came up to me. According to the biblical prophecy, false churches and deceptive teachings will emerge in the end of times. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 1 through 9 warns that in the last days, people will become lovers of themselves, rejecting true faith while maintaining an outward appearance of religion. Boy, God almighty, ain't that the truth? In my opinion, there are 2 groups to blame for this coming about. First, you have cuck pastors. These are the low IQ grifters. I don't even think they're low IQ. I just think they're weaklings who are afraid of offending women, are unable to spread the gospel in any intellectual way. So they have to double down on the feminine version of Christianity, which is faith and forgiveness. Faith that they themselves, ironically, do not have much of. So they constantly pray to witness miracles to try and confirm their own beliefs. And I'm not talking about realistic miracles like turning water into wine or curing lepers. I'm talking about the unrealistic miracle of making a hoe into a housewife. Most of these mouth breathers know deep down they would be on welfare in a trailer park if it wasn't for attracting other idiots into their churches filled with false teachings. Second, the Christian women. Women of today are pretty much cultural locusts. That's a bit harsh. As generations of men were emasculated by their women under feminism, religious leaders had to start catering to women more than men, kids, family, society, or God. I remember a lot of church elders calling this out in fear when I was a kid in the 80s. Wow. Sermons which used to focus on study of scripture to build true faith, forgiveness, along with self-reflection, self-improvement, accountability, and sacrifice. Modern leftists are going to fall for that. Sermons became the fake feminine version of Christianity we have today. Sermons that now focus on feelings, blind faith, forgiveness that is used to avoid accountability, and pray to God for free shit as everything goes to hell. So if I go to average church in average America, my average sermon is going to be touchy-feely, flowery bullshit, no fire and brimstone. Like across all the main Protestant and Catholic churches. Women pretty much did to Christianity what they have done with every Western government across the globe. Cry to make things easier for free shit while everything burns to the ground. You can still find a good church with a good leader. I go to one. We don't hand out get out of hell for free cards, nor give handouts to the lazy, which unfortunately doesn't make us popular and is a very small church. Yeah, but you're a church. It's not a club. It's a church. But at least there are no single moms there. I'm curious. So if you hold the line to the, I presume the frauds go away. Subtopic number 3. Cappy is right. Other ramblings and everything is going to be okay. I hate to even write this because pride is a sin, and I really do not see myself as others see me. You can report facts and truth to advance a conversation without being prideful. Like, I'm an excellent ballroom dancer. I don't know what conversation that advances, but I can say that because it's true. I don't like, by the way, keep hitting you in the face with my, your face with my dick in it. Did I tell you I'm a great ballroom dancer? That'd be a bit prideful. I am very tall and healthy man in his mid to late 40s. I am a healthy, certain amount of weight, but built like an NFL linebacker and 6'3", mostly due to genetics. I work a physical job. My friends joke and call me Chad. Most think I'm still in my 30s. Most of my dates recently complimented me on still having hair and good teeth. Good teeth? Really? Well, just brush your teeth and floss, and that's about it? Which I found kind of creepy. I think you all get the point. I have never had to chase women. All my ex-girlfriends chased me. I know there's a lot to talk about dating apps dying, but this isn't the case in my... Okay, so you're like that top 8%. Certainly the top 10%. You're the one where the laws of physics switch. You have achieved that critical mass. I know there's a lot to talk about dating apps dying, but this isn't the case in my area. I've been on a lot of dates the last year. Women 32 to 53, different backgrounds and races. Yes, it's good to get the white cow blood poison out of your system from time to time. Dude, if they're hot, they're hot. I mean, I always lean towards white girls because I'm white myself. But yeah, I've kirked my neck looking at a Latina, occasional black gal. Not a big fan of there's a couple, yeah, but usually I'm like, after dating and a few relationships last year, listening to how most of these gals would mock most other men. I hate to say it, Cappy is right. The majority of women are just not attracted to the majority of men. And please do not think it is fun to be in my shoes. It is not. Women may be nice to me, that they do not see me for who I am, and men around me could start treating me poorly because of the attention I get. It's gotten to the point I now stay to myself and do not go out much anymore. So yeah, if you guys see that alpha guy, he's lonely. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Want to go get a beer? Thanks, man. I got all this pussy thrown at me, and I have to kick these girls out of my house. And I keep getting laid by different women of different races. It's horrible. I just want to be held. Oh, you poor man. Here, come on. I'm giving you shit. I'm sorry for your plight, sir. That's real. I know. You're like, that asshole taking all the way. Because you have probably denied a guy a gal because she thought she was going to get you, and this gal kind of maybe gave him the time of day, and he's just like, well, and he's probably not wrong. Like, he's an 8, she's an 8. You just have to be a 9.5. It's gotten to the point I now stay to myself and don't go out much anymore. Women of today are hypocrites. If women of today didn't have double standards, they wouldn't have any standards at all. Let them shame you as men for being attracted to young, healthy, skinny women with nice asses and boobies. Women don't just prefer taller men. They fucking worship that shit these days. I can't live that life. I'd be curious to, if you had a body camera, You know, and it's no joke, like the day in the life of a 9 or a 10. Like you're just walking down. I mean, you see some of those videos where the girls are just like, oh my God. Women don't just prefer taller men, they fucking worship that shit these days. I had to hear a lot of dates this last year go on and on about how attracted they are to tall and masculine men. Like they have to tell you that. Hey, do you know I like ice cream? Yeah, shocking position. I like ice cream. But don't you dare go out and on about attractive, slim, feminine women. Hypocritical kuantahahas. That's not very Christian of you, sir. I had one last year. She actually brought little step stools and scattered them about her home because, like all these women chasing 6 foot plus, she was only 5'3". She needed the stools to be able to hug and kiss me without me picking her up. She even fessed up to taking a tape measure to her bed to make sure I would fit in it. I get asked all the time by these college educated idiot females all the time how tall I am. I tell them I'm 5'15" now to get rid of them. Yes, that actually works. Never wait. If you say you're 5'15", they just are you wait. No. Don't tell me they see you. They got to know you're over 6 feet tall. You're not telling me you tell them I'm 5'15". They don't listen to the 15, do the math, and think that you're actually below 5 feet and they leave you alone. Tell me they think that you're just being a prick 5'15", and then they leave. Or they maybe don't understand the math. Yes, that actually works. Never, as a man, feel bad for having standards and finding pretty women attractive. I don't think anybody does. Not today. Most women today cheat. Before I get into this one, I just want to say I am no homewrecker. I have lost count of the women, Christian and secular, who were in relationships who tried to sleep with me or monkey branch to me. In my 20s, most of my buddies' wives' girlfriends tried to sleep with me when they weren't looking. In my 30s, when Facebook was new, my DMs were filled with local women looking for some fun. Even today, I can't use my real name or face on social media. There are drawbacks. Just in the last few months, I've had 2 exes and a coworker trying to see how far they could get with me. 2 exes. Smartphones and social media is just making this a real problem. And the thing is, I know if a woman looking to cheat, she can easily find more attractive and willing men than myself. So I have to imagine this epidemic is really worse than I am seeing. Kids, don't do it. First thing young men need to realize, children are the property of the mother and the state. Unless the mother of your child dies or is in prison, you as a man really never have a say. Also, keep in mind now that about 30% of paternity tests come back negative these days. That is somewhat biased and misleading. Because if you're doing a paternity test, you already have doubt. So it's not 30% of the population. It's very much likely lower than that. Just in the sake of intellectual honesty. So don't let women or society try and sell you on the whole who's going to look after you when you get old. The nursing homes are packed full of old men who fell for that one. Best to save your money so you can afford good in-home health care when the time comes. I never wanted or had kids and count my blessings every day for it. Most men who used to mock and shame me for it in my 20s now understand and wish they did the same. If you're really set on having a little one under your feet to raise and love, just get a fucking puppy. Really? So even as a Christian, and you find the right Christian gal, you wouldn't overseas or different country or have some, you're against the people having kids in any situation in the West? Light at the end of the tunnel. Well, after all my positive insights on how the churches in America are dead husks, women really don't like most of you enough to get married, sleep with you, or even be nice to you. I do want to try and leave this train wreck off of an email on a high note to you young men. There is still a good life of leisure to be had as society crumbles. I know things are tough these days, but here's how you win the rigged game. Avoid debt, avoid marriage, never have kids, and avoid single mom. What, are you stealing my thunder here? Yes. Get a physical job, not hard labor that overworks you, but a job that gets you outside in some sunlight and using your body. Get a hobby you enjoy that makes or saves you money. Whatever a woman or boomer tells you what you should be doing with your life, do the complete opposite. When I was young, I had a boomer uncle very much like Cappy. He never married, never had kids, has had the same girlfriend now since the 90s. A minimalist, ironically, was an accountant before he retired at 55. See, accountants retire early. I got a lot of advice similar to what Cappy gives many years ago. I took that advice, and you know what? It really does work out. It's even simpler than that, but when you realize what the magic formula is, it's kind of sad and pathetic. It's just mistake avoidance. That's all it is. Just don't make mistakes. Big one. I mean, you're going to make mistakes, but don't get a girl pregnant. Don't major in dumb stuff. Save your money. It's just avoiding mistakes. Uh, while most of my peers are overstressed and bad mental and physical health and massive debt, married to a bitchy Karen or divorced, have mentally delayed children, and will never be able to retire. I took advantage of family property when others made fun of me for having my parents as neighbors. I ignored them and now have a roof over my head that is paid off. Also have a huge auto shop attached. I own and work on all my own cars. You will never see me running around a bank crying, bro, I need more debt. I'm not a mechanic by trade, but the University of YouTube is a valuable educational tool. Currently restoring a really awesome old muscle car. I want to identify you. I will do it all the work required and have it done before. Paint interior and all mechanical. Hell, even mounted balance the tires and did the alignment. Oh, and since I don't have any debt, I work an easy AI and recession proof career for a local employer. Pay is average, but has full benefits. I will never have to worry about housing or retirement. I live in a nice area. You've taken some measures to be off grid. Travel some and will date when I have the patience. Life is really good. Listen to Cappy. I took similar advice decades ago and it really worked out. The peace, quiet, and absolute freedom I have today, I would not trade for anything. I get it. When you are young, it seems like everyone is more successful. I used to feel the same way until I got older and realized everyone props up their lives with debt and stress. Right here, right here, I go through that. How literally almost no one you see with a fancy car owns it. Listen to Cappy will work out. God did not create you to slave away for a godless society, no matter what 60 IQ cuck pastor says. Well, I think it's time to wrap this up. Cappy is giving out some good practical advice, so listen to him. I do not agree with his religious view. Well, right, I'm not religious. But I can more than understand why he has them. The state of the church and women were so bad when I was young. I spent my 30s as an agnostic. I would just like to leave with this an original quote of mine and a favorite Bible verse. Feminism won. Now we all suffer the consequences unknown. And Proverbs 21:19 is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman. So there you go. There's the guy. It's the same. That's why I have it linked below, and I will always reference this to you Christian men looking to date Christian women. You are playing by the secular rules, whether you realize it or not. The Christian rules or the Christian trademark on these women does not change that fact. All the problems that the secular men face are the exact same problems you're going to face because women biologically are still women and live in the same culture. Like I said, it's only the thinnest and barely visibles of crucifixes painted on them. And if anything, they do not follow teachings of Christ or the Bible when it comes to marriage, children, family, etc. They're thereby making an already difficult secular situation easier, right? If you follow these rules, you're looking for a Christian, then it should be easier, and it should be. Nope, they make it even harder. Usually, generally comparing you to Jesus, and I don't like this, and I don't like that. And if you were a better Christian, you could take the Bible and manipulate it to say whatever you want at any point in time. So it is not easier, it is harder. And our Christian bad boy over here, who is jacked and in good shape and makes good money, has a lot of hobbies and all that, he's seen it. I imagine a lot. I guess I should have asked, but I got to imagine most of these you met in church, right? Or they said they were Christian. The red pill, it doesn't matter what religion you are. I mean, Rollo's got a book. I should link to that. Rollo's got a book. Hang on. I think it's just called Religion. Religion, yeah. I got a link to it. Go get that book, Religion by Rollo Tomasi. Because they look, it don't matter if you're Muslim or Jewish or Hindu or Christian, whatever. Women are women, especially in the West. And yeah, you got to adhere to your religion and worship your God and play by those rules, absolutely. But if you want the girls, here's a whole new set of rules you get to. Or as he's saying, fuck, don't even bother. Let's go to the super chats. Comanche Club is a new guy. $10. Christian single meetup update. Very small event. 16 total. 2 total Spurg younger men. 2 old men and me. 33. 10 legit grandmas. Wait, what? 1 missing a leg. A singles group at that. Oh my God. Like, just give it up, man. Just give it up. 1 missing a leg, 1 younger black girl, nonprofit job, bullshit degree, more to come. I wouldn't even know. A bullshit degree and a nonprofit job? No. I just he's right. Go secular. Dude, don't be going to these Christian dating events, guys. You go find a secular girl and you convert her. Albino, 20 generous dollars. To Alex Patino, another driver here. Oh, I didn't know you were a truck driver. Here's to boomers who park in your way and dude bro pretenders with their dippity diesel lifted Dodges who try to squirt behind you on your blind side while backing up, dude bro. Squirt behind, like they burning coal or something. I always try to give the truck drivers a wide berth. I try to get, if I'm passing, I get like 3 football lengths ahead, then I cut over. Thanks for 20 generous dollars, Albino. Comanche Club, $5. Black girl wants to own 5 homes in Florida, run a mental health nonprofit in Haiti while also living in the No! Are you sure she's black? That sounds like a white girl. I'm going to help the people and run a nonprofit in Haiti. Are you sure she's black? Just want to know. No. I really try not to, unless I'm making a joke, which is often. I really try not to go with the stereotypes, right? I really want to believe, okay, yeah, a liberal white Karen who's a spinster probably hates men and is going to look like that. Going to have her Karen hair. Okay, all right. But that's not all white, obviously not. But when you say majored in nonprofit and then comes up with this horse shit that she wants to own 5 homes in Florida and run a nonprofit in Haiti. And I were like, oh yeah, these people do exist and the stereotypes exist for a reason. Like these people they're real. They do exist. I'm not just taking the most atrocious behavior you see in the darkest depths of the internet. Like, okay, not all Latinos are like that. We know Alex, we know Atham. But then everyone's finally like, oh shit, you see in the real world, like, oh fuck. But now I know where the stereotype comes from. Out of humor, have you asked her where she's going to find the funding? And did she say, well, the taxpayer? A Plains Warrior. I missed the Fire and Brimstone sermons. You can still find them. I haven't had that much free time, but I want to go and find and somewhere in these United States of America over the past 100 years, somewhere out there, a pastor has written his sermons down legibly. They are typed, they're recorded on cassette, or they're recorded maybe on DVD or CD. In other words, there are some good fire and brimstone pastors, and their sermons have been recorded in some form of media. And these pastors have long passed away. And I would love nothing more than to buy them because trying to find a legit pastor who isn't some slimeball skis, yeah, I'm a pastor, I'm 23, and I got ordained on the internet, with a drug problem and is just like a scamming looking pastor who just like, so I figure if I can find some old man sermons, like the wife is still alive or the church is like about to get burnt down, like give me those sermons and then I'll go put them on Podcast Pastor. Because they're out there. They gotta be. $2 laughing out loud. Chattius over here muscling on cappies. This guy, what the guy who wrote in? Well, he is. He's 6'3", and he's jacked. I can't beat him. All right, there you guys go. There's as always. If you are happily married Christian and your wife is wonderful and great, we'll take the positive ones too. Still waiting. Well, we're waiting. You go to ASLConsulting.com. Expect to pay a fee, though. I don't read these for free. So I just want to be fair. Let me know of the marital bliss the Lord has blessed you all with. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.